Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Dan Allah, and I'm back with a breakdown through the spirit and power of the Almighty Heavenly Father. So without further ado, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. All right. Salutations to the brothers and sisters that magnify this truth on the four corners of the earth and have given a body as a living sacrifice in these last days. All right. And I entitled this video Famine, all right, pestilence, inflation, all right. There's a lot going on in these last days, man. All right. Now, today, we experienced another mass shooting, all right, out in Texas, man. And I believe it to be 14 or 15 children killed and one teacher, man. All right. And Jake still asleep. Jake's still playing around, man. And in the midst of active shooters, all right, we got a food shortage going on, right? A lack of baby formula, man. That just goes to show you, all right, who this damn double is, man, right? Because you got a corporation here, which is called America, which we know it to be Babylon the Great in the scriptures, okay? Purposely, man, purposely engineering, all right, a lack of baby formula, man. Well, ultimately, it's the Most High, all right. Is what he's doing is he's bringing the pride of the people down, man. So now is not a time to be proud, all right. Also, you know, there's a pestilence going around called monkeypox, man. Right? No firemen. All right. There's an inflation on the diesel. The gas prices is rising, man. All right. You got a lot going on in these last days, man. Okay. So first, I want to start here. All right, in the book of Matthew, chapter 24. Right. I want to start here in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, right? Because what we got to realize is all of these things are spoke about in the scriptures, man. All right. And this is how we know that we're in the end times, right? Because the Lord said he'll give us signs and wonders, man, to remind us that we're at the end. Right, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 8, all right? And it reads, all these are the beginning of sorrows, all right? When you see earthquakes hitting the East Coast, right? Back in 2020, the earthquakes was rocking the East Coast, man. And before then, you would never see earthquakes happen in the Northeast, man. All right. Those are the beginning of sorrows. 2020 was also the same year, okay, that so-called pestilence, that C-19, all right, arrived on the earth, man. Right? So I'm gonna go back up another a verse. It reads, for nation shall rise against nation. And we see that happening, right? Because ultimately, you got Russia, all right, who's beginning to go to war with America, man, behind Ukraine, which is going to cause, all right, many countries to get involved. And that's going to be a kingdom versus kingdom, man. Right? It says there shall be famines. And for the longest, brothers been warning you, man, that a famine is kicking off. But a lot of you people, you ignored the fact that it was right there in front of your face. All right. See, that's one thing about Jake, man. That's one. And when we say Jake, we talking about Israel, which is the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. But that's one thing about the so-called Black people, man. Nobody ever listen. You can dare have evidence in their face. All right. And you can be warning these people, man. Right. And they don't give a damn, man. But when it start hitting your head, when it start hitting, all right, knocking at your front door, all right, then that's when you want to pay attention, when it's too damn late, man. But brothers been letting you know all winter that a famine is on the way. And really, the position that America is in now, there's really no way around it, man. All right? Because with this war with Russia, let's begin here, right? Ukraine provides, all right, a large amount of wheat, oils, and other necessities, all right, to many countries, man. And with Russia invading that, that's going to cease. And we know America, all right, is a top consuming country, man. Right? Now, on top of that, you got the and Salakia for the background noise, right? But on top of all of that, you got the diesel fuel gas prices rising, man. And what do that mean? That means that many trucking businesses are going to cease. Okay. Also, a lot of corporations or businesses, right? Storefronts, they're going to lose out on goods, man. That means that a lot of you won't have the things that you need because they're not going to be able to afford to deliver it to you, man. Right? So that's strike two. Okay. Now, strike three is what? When you look over at China, okay. And I believe that place is called Shanghai, something like that. Salaki, if I said it wrong. All right. But they're experiencing another lockdown, man. And they can't come out their business. They can't even come out of their home, right? Literally, the government over there got them locked in their home, man. And it's a charge or a federal offense if they're caught outside, man. Right? So that's martial law. And a lot of people over there, they're starving to death. Right? Because I've seen videos and articles to where those Chinese people, right, they're screaming out their windows saying, what? I'm hungry. We're hungry. We need food. Now, every once a month, they deliver something called a harvest box, man, to those people over there in China, man. But that's not enough to feed, especially if there's a big family, man. So here it is. We see, okay, that they're limited. They're having their food limited to where they only can get a portion of meat, a portion of vegetables and fruit and drink a month. Okay, they're trying to sovereign everything, man. And what does that mean to America? Because a lot of stuff that you see made in America today is it comes from China. So a lot of businesses, again, are going to lose out. All right. So these are the beginnings of sorrow, man. Okay. So let me read this again. This is Matthew 24, verse 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence. Now, let's go into pestilence, right? We already know about the C-19. And there's a lot of reads and articles that you can get into, all right, that shows that all those people that, that went out and got that jab, and when we say jab, we talking about that the vax, man, for the C-19. Their chances of croaking or dying are increased scarcely, man, over the unvaccinated. So their chances of dying is more likely to happen than those that weren't vaccinated, man. And why they're not even pushing it no more. Now, at one point, you couldn't get over the border. All right, you couldn't do a lot of things unless you had that jab. But somehow the gate is opening back up. Okay, this is how you know, all right, that we dealing with a damn devil, and he got his number, man. The devil got the number that he wanted vaccinated, and he stopped pushing it. This is what a snake do, man. All right, we got cyber attacks going on, right? Everybody's in social chaos, man. And behind all of this, you got the vax dying off, man. After they didn't hit our people with biological weapons, man. That's what that was. It was biological warfare right in your face, man. Right? In the midst of war with Russia. So you got famine, pestilence, wars and rumors of war. All right. All of this is leading up to global currency reset. All right. Global currency reset. That's what these people are trying to do. They want everybody, all right. They want everybody dependent on them. So they're throwing out different tests. They want the people in the uproar, right? They want the people to rely on them and to do whatever they say, because they're trying to reset the global currency. That's why Trump was giving out stimulus checks. That's why, all right, the prices as partial of the reason why the prices of gas has rised up. All right, because other reasons why on that subject is because Biden blatantly came out and said that he's trying to usher in electronic cars. So a way for him to slow down men and women or scare them from buying cars that, operate with gasoline, you up the prices. So that way single mothers wouldn't be able to afford it, won't be able to get to work. All right, men who drive F-550s, F-150s, all right, or big trucks, they won't be able to afford. This was going to cause people, all right, to follow into his vision, man. He wants everyone in electrical vehicles. Okay? So now, let's go to the book of 1 Peter. All right. Let's get that. Let's go to the book of 1 Peter. All right. This is a book of 1 Peter. chapter 5, verse 8, it says, be sober and vigilant, right? And what does that mean, be sober, right? That mean to keep your head on that don't mean high off of drugs. Well, you shouldn't be high off of drugs either. But right here in this text, it means to keep your head on a swivel and not, all right, involved in other philosophies, not giving your not putting your trust into this system, staying sober, right? Holding on to what you have been given. And that's that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Be vigilant, stay on point, right? Because your adversary, the devil, right? And we know hey, look, the devil is showing his horns right now. If we in 2022, okay, and you cannot see who the devil is by now, there's a fucking problem. All right? There's a problem with your fucking mind, man. And so, excuse me if I'm using this type of language, but there's a serious problem if you can't identify who the damn devil is right now. All right? If you can't identify who the devil is, something's seriously wrong with you. Right? It says, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Right? This damn devil just sent an active shooter to kill 14 or 15 innocent children into a school, man. If that ain't the fucking devil, I don't know who is, man. All right? You mean to tell me that you got the cojones to send an 18-year-old boy into a school and to annihilate 14 or 15 innocent children? If that's not the devil, I don't know who is. Because the word devil simply means what? Deceitful, deceiving. This damn devil is cunning, man. All right? And that's why in the living in these times, you got to let that pride go. You got to let that pride go. Because a lot of our people, they got so much pride, man. And they may know in their mind, that the so-called white man is the damn devil. All right. And we don't give a damn, man. Hey, we gonna keep it funky with you over here, man. Right? But they won't admit it because of pride. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they have caused some to fall. So this devil can't even sleep at night unless he know he is bringing hell on the earth. This is an actual physical being. This is a nation of people, right? Specifically, the elite who have taken crafty counsel against our people day and night. And they cannot sleep unless they got their foot on somebody's neck. All these mass shootings, all these engineered plagues and famines, right, that's going around, these people been had this planned. This is nothing new, man. All of this was an agenda. All of this is their agenda, man. But they don't know. What they fail to realize is the Most High is going to overthrow their plans. The Most High is going to overthrow their plans. And see, the crazy part is all you got to do is look between the lines, Because these damn devils, they tell on themselves. They tell on themselves with their cunning words. They think they smooth with they sayings, but they're really, all right, they not slick, man. Right? So this is Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So everybody that's seeing a destruction or the demise, right? Because America's falling heavy right now, Salaki. America is falling away heavy. Why are you people putting your trust in this system? Just tell me, why would you go to your enemy to find a cure? A cure. When these people been killing us for centuries, man. Would you go to your enemy for him to feed you? For him to clothe you? All right? For him to protect you? How you gonna go to an enemy for protection, man? That don't make no sense. That's an oxymoron. You know that this devil don't mean no good to you. And if you can't read between the lines, let me help you a little bit. They put fluoride in a toothpaste, man. They put drugs in the food. Now our people and women and children, they're obese. They teach our children falsehood. They allow active shooters into a school to shoot up a damn elementary school. Okay? These fucking devils will take food out of your baby's mouth. Yes, I'm talking about the damn baby formula, man. That you have put your trust in. But see, the Most High is making you come back to realization that you can't depend on these damn devils. The only person you can depend on is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because these devils are going to utterly destroy you. And the Lord's going to let it happen. That's the ugly part of this story. If you don't repent and you don't come back to the Heavenly Father, right, the Lord is going to let him destroy you, because the damn devil, right, Esau, his blessing is the sword. He's been given a right to destroy. That's why he's been able to annihilate the earth and cause bloodshed and get away with it, man. Nobody else can do that. No other nation of people can do that, because the Lord has allowed him to do that. So pretty much the Lord is using this damn devil to visit the earth, right? The slaying of the Lord shall be many. Pursuant to let me get that real quick before I go to Isaiah 29. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 66. The slaying of the Lord shall be many. Right? Now that's really talking about when Yahweh Shai come back. But even so now, the slaying of the Lord shall be many, right? Let's see. It says, this is Isaiah 66 and 16. It says, for by fire and by his sword, you see that? Now, the Lord is physically going to have a sword in his hand when he come back to visit this place. But spiritually right now, Esau is his sword, right? It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, right? And it says, and the slaying of the Lord shall be many. So if you think this damn devil is turned up right now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because everybody gonna be afraid when Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai come back with his angels, man, and interrupt their damn program. And the Lord is not coming back to have no damn birthday party with you or to eat hard candies and blow up some damn balloons. The Lord is coming back to get his sword bloody, man. You can read about that all through the scriptures. But see, these are verses that your Christian pastor don't tell you, man. They don't go into this purposely. All right, but we will. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord." See that? So the Lord is visiting the earth right now. The Lord is showing you who the damn wicked is. The Lord is allowing the wicked to kick your ass. Why? Because the elect is close to being sealed and his people are getting ready to go back home. The elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to be sealed and his people are getting ready to go back home. Now, just like the spirits before called Noah crazy, when he said it's going to rain, and he was building an ark at the same time, we building a spiritual ark right now before all of y'all eyes and faces, man. The men of the Lord is building a spiritual ark. But what happened when that day came and the doors closed? And the Lord went even as far as zapping a man to death for trying to break into the ark. And no man or woman was coming in or leaving out. And he only preserved 8 people. That same exact thing is going to play out again on the earth. But this time, the earth is going to be destroyed by fire. The Lord is stirring up the minds of the kings over there in Russia, over here in America, China, right? Taiwan, wherever, all this stuff that's going on, the Lord is stirring up these damn double minds and making them act the way they act. Because not one of his words in his book can return to him void. And we are in the end times. Now, in the midst of these damn nations going to war with each other, the Lord is going to interrupt the show. He's going to interrupt this show here that's happening on earth with the UFO, the so-called UFOs, which we know them to be the chariots that spoke about all throughout the Bible. Right? All you got to do is read Habakkuk chapter 3, man. It tell you about how the chariots are going to return in the last days and how they're going to be shooting beams of fire out. Why the nukes hitting this place, there's going to be fire coming throughout the sky. And guess what? His elect men, they're going to be beamed up into the chambers, into the sky, and they're going to be preserved. They're going to meet Yahweh Shai in the sky. All right? And everybody else is going to fall into a ditch because the blind is leading the blind. All right? And they shall fall into a ditch. All right? Your government has betrayed you, man. Everyone that is lifted up shall be brought down. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 2. Right? Isaiah chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lawfully." And guess what? Everybody that's proud right now is getting ready to get dealt with. Why do I say that? Because you got niggas that took pride into stunting on niggas. I got more money than you. I got a better degree than you. I got this better than you. But guess what? Global currency is getting ready to crash. All right? And everybody's going to start at the same point. So the Lord is doing what? Bringing the proud down. That money, gold, and all that stuff, your possessions, it doesn't mean anything. It never did before. But to the proud, it always has. So the Lord gonna cast down your pride, man. The Lord is going to bring you down low to where you're going to have to realize, damn, them brothers that was out there teaching on the corner, they was right. All this, them crazy, them dudes that we thought was crazy, they were actually telling the truth. Right? So it says, for the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, right? It says, and upon everyone that is lifted up, right? Because you lifted up. You got niggas that take pride in their bag, but your bag got a hole in it, nigga. Right? In these last days, your bag got a hole in it. It costs you $20 for 4 gallons of gas. You niggas ain't making that type of money that you once made selling that damn weed because the government has interfered. Now they want a percentage. All these addicts that was once on the street corner going to you for drugs, they kind of cleaned up the streets and started putting them in clinics and letting them shoot up in there. So this damn devil is getting ready to put their damn foot on your neck. For all you hustlers, all right? All you niggas that got pride, oh, I make $32 an hour. Well, that $32 an hour won't mean nothing when bread damn $15 in the store pretty soon. Six gallons of gas right now, $30. And if you put $30 in your tank, you probably get a quarter tank, man. So a lot of people getting ready to lose their job and they don't even know it because you're not going to be able to afford to go to work. Your job not going to be able to afford Your job not going to be able to afford you to come to work. Especially if they can't get that cheap labor from China no more. So America is going down the shit bowl, man. Straight up. America's going down the shit bowl. This is Psalms, right? Chapter 60. And I want to start here at verse 8. It says, Moab is my wash pot. Edom will I cast, Salakia, Edom will I cast out my shoe. So the Lord is getting ready to cast America out his shoe because Edom is in charge over here. Right? Edom is in charge. Didn't it say, did not the Bible say in Job chapter 9, verse 24, that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked? Did not the Lord say that he hate Esau with indignation? Because of his bloodshed and his hatred for his brother, Jacob? The Lord said that Esau will be cast out his shoe. Like you lift your shoe up, all right, and you had a little bit of, some dust or something in it, some lint, man. You just cast it out your shoe. The Most High is getting ready to blow this place away, man. And guess what? You niggas ain't paying attention, man. And you females, y'all really not paying attention at all. Because you stuck on the fact that you can't get some damn baby formula. You new mothers, when the Lord gave you, all right, the Lord gave you breast, man, to nurture your baby. And that's why the Lord is making this happen, because you females are damn lazy as hell, man. And you got so many damn excuses why you don't want to be a damn mother. The Lord gonna make you sit your ass down. Lack of baby formula should make you want to sit your ass in the house and get ready to get on that damn, put your baby on back on the breast, man. And I'm serious, man. You women, listen. You women have become cruel, man. Because you can know that this baby formula got all kind of GMOs, all kind of synthetic chemicals, and and you will still throw it down your damn baby throat, man. And the Lord is sick of that. It's the same females, right, that's throwing that damn formula down their baby throat that probably aborted a baby or two before they had the baby they got now. And that's murder, man. That's cold-blooded murder. If you don't think the Lord gonna pay you back for that, and you ain't never repent, and you wonder why you going through the things that you about to get ready to go through, and it's not gonna get better, it's going to get worse, unless you get your ass up under the Lord so he'll protect you. See, that's what brothers and sisters fail to realize. Your only protection in these last days is to get up under the hedge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out their breasts. Even the sea monsters draw out their breasts. The sharks, whales, all these sea monsters out there, even they'll draw out their breasts for their young ones to eat and be nurtured correctly. It says, they give suck to their young ones. They'll quickly give suck to it's always available for their young ones to come get sucked, man. Right? It says, the daughters of my people is become cruel like the orchards in the wilderness. They became cruel like them wild birds and the orchards in the wilderness, and they don't even, them damn birds, they're very cruel and aggressive, man. They'll peck at their own babies, man. They'll straight up kill their own baby. Those kind of birds will step on their own damn baby eggs. They're very cruel, man. And that's the Lord is comparing our women to that damn ostrich, man, in the damn wilderness. The Lord is saying it's a lot of bird brains out here, man. Right? And guess what? I'm going to be real with you. If you don't got that love, that motherly love for your children right now, when all hell break loose, right? And I'm talking about famine, when you can't go to the grocery store, and a lot of you women, y'all done bought into that hot girl summer, so you don't have a man. You don't have no protection. So when all hell break loose and everybody fighting in these stores behind canned goods and rice and other foods, you're gonna be screaming it out your damn mind. You're not gonna know what to do. You ain't gonna. First of all, you probably won't even be able to make it to the store because you won't have gas in your car. So you're gonna be at your damn house, and whatever you got at your house is what you got. And you ain't gonna be prepared, man. So what you gonna do? If you a woman, you got 4 or 5 children running around there, man, and you ain't got a damn man in the house because you chose to go towards the hot girl summer idea, man. What you gonna do? Well, the scriptures tell you what you're going to do. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 10. It says, the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. What do that word sodden means? Boyo. The scriptures say that y'all gonna eat your own damn kids. And that day your children gonna look like a damn steak to you because you haven't eaten in 10 or 12 days. And most Americans, they can't go 2 or 3 hours without sticking a damn burger in their mouth. Without putting something in your mouth. You can't go hours. You never fast in your life. You never pray. When the last time you prayed to the Heavenly Father? You smoke cigarettes in front of your kids, right? You feeding them pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. You turn it up on the weekend, pawning your kids off on whoever. As long as you pay them, you think you did something good, right? You getting all type of benefits and checks from the government and their fathers, and you spending all that money on different men and women and clothes because you want to turn up, and you say that you love your child. When you've been neglecting that child, you don't spend no time with your child because you spent 8 hours sending them to school, and you go to work. Then they go to a babysitter, all right? About time they get home, you done fed them, maybe if they can get a dinner, because a lot of you women gonna feed them oodles and noodles, man. A damn bologna sandwich or some raviolis, man. All right? And then it's time for bed. So you ain't spending no time with them children. You lack love for their children. And that's why the Most High is taking away the things that he's taking away from you, man. Right? It says the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. You see that? Because you won't, hey, look, once you can't go to the store and buy you a blunt, you ain't smoking no weed no more because all your money gonna be going to something to eat. But when all your food run out and you ain't ate in 2 or 3 weeks, your mind gonna start hallucinating. Your kid gonna look like a steak. And like those 2 women in the ancient times, they ate their damn children. And that's what you gonna do, man. And the Lord's going to put that in your damn mind because you've been disobedient to him. Yeah, it's scary, but it's a fact. All this is facts, man. Right? Let me go to the book of Job. We're going to stay on this baby formula situation with you sisters for a second. Because we got to make you realize. And before I get Job, actually, I want to say this, man. Now is the time, if you got common sense, all right, and you're a woman, okay, and this is pretty much for the few women that do listen to the prophets of the Lord. If you pay attention, all right, this is for you. The women that take the time out to study, the women that really got their trust in the Lord, start preparing. Start preparing. Start getting your water. Start getting your food. Start getting all your necessity things, because I speak as a man when I say this, but I believe by November, it's going to be all hell out here, man. This damn devil is getting ready to do something that nobody walking on the earth today is ready for, because you haven't seen nothing. If you under the age of 30, you ain't really went through nothing with America. You about to wait. You think The C-19 was something. Oh, baby, wait till towards the end of 2022. You better go get you some seeds. Learn how to garden. Get you a man of the Lord. To hell with a man that got money. And that's what another thing is. Stop giving all your time to men that you think got money and allow them to treat you wrong because they got money. That money is over. That money is about to crash. Global currency is about to get ready to reset. Get you a man of the Lord. All right, if thou hearest. All right, because I know a lot of you women not going to give up that lifestyle you living. A lot of you still want to be, it's getting hot outside. You getting ready to, put your booty shorts on, have your ass hanging out, go on and get your little synthetic weave, smoke your weed, parking lot pimp, get drunk, get high all day, party, right? You go right ahead. I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the few sisters that wanna, that wanna do right, man. That wanna serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Get yourself prepared, man. And that goes for us brothers too. We got families out here. Right? We gotta do like Joseph did in Genesis 41. When the famine hit Egypt for 7 years. Joseph was so prepared that everybody went to Joseph. Pharaoh said, you better go see Joseph. Joseph was able to provide because he prepared himself before it happened. And we know, so we got time to do so. Everybody else, they don't know what's going on. They like sheep walking to the slaughter. And the Lord made it that way, man. All right. So this is the book of Revelations. All right. Chapter 6, verse 6. It says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny. So a measure of wheat for a penny back then. Okay. That's pretty much a day's worth. A day's work worth. That's like you just went to work just to, afford a stick of wheat, man. This is the times we going into. Well, Ukraine over there, they provide a lot of the wheat. Things are gonna start getting inflated, man. Right? That's just an example. It says, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Everything is getting ready to be inflated because they're going to have no choice. With gas prices going up, food going to have to go up because those diesel trucks rely on diesel fuel to deliver your food, man. Right? This is Hagar chapter 1, verse 6. It says, have ye sown much and bring in little? Ye eat, but ye have not enough. You see that? Ye drink, but ye have not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. So we out here, right? We working, we busting our ass just to put it into a bag with holes because soon as you get paid, bills is coming, right? Responsibilities is hitting. Everything is on the uprise. Everything is being inflated, right? So by the end of the day, you brought low. You don't have nothing, right? This is why it's very important that we need to learn how to live off the land in these last days. until because we ain't gonna be able to survive with that too much longer, but it'll get you by for a while. But then after that, you're gonna be on the move anyway. But see, you're gonna have to put your trust in the Lord wholeheartedly then. But see, the scriptures tell us that his saints gonna eat. So the Lord gonna lead us through all of this stuff, man. Long as you believe, long as you got the faith and you keeping the commandments, thou shalt be protected, man. Thou shalt be protected. But if not, you're going to find yourself dead out here, man. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Let's go to Acts real quick. This is something that is not, you can't escape the words of the Lord. This has to come to pass. All of this stuff that's we going into, it has to happen. Thus saith the Lord. Right? Because his words cannot return to him void. And we see all of this stuff happening before our eyes. You don't even got to be in the truth to know this, man. You can see it. This is Acts chapter 2, verse 21. It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. So you got to know the name. When you on the moves and we got to be as pilgrims on the earth, and you're going to see people getting killed in the street, man. When all hell breaking loose, you're going to have to know the name. Because if you don't know the name, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you ain't got no way. The only way you can escape is being hidden in the bosom of the Lord. But able to be in the bosom of the Lord, you got to know his name. And not everybody that call on his name gonna be saved either, because you got to be ye men of Israel, ye men and women, right? And to all you men and women in Israel, you gotta know that the Lord is your strong tower, man. If you can't understand that the Lord is your strong tower, and you just gonna carry on and believe in this damn devil and see where society gets you, well, go right ahead, man. But it's gonna be too late in the end. Don't come back around, all right, when it ain't nothing left, because the Lord gonna tell you, the Lord gonna make you remove from his servants anyway. They're not gonna be bothered with you, man, right? This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. It says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth unto it and is safe. Not the wicked. If you wicked as hell all this time and you think at the last second you're going to be able to call on the name of the Lord and be safe, you out your rabbit ass mind, man. You out your rabbit mind if you think the Lord is going to save you at the last second, man. You out your rabbit ass mind. The Lord is not going to protect nobody that's been phony. And that's why we don't give a damn. You think I care if people that ain't in this truth look at me like I'm crazy? No, I do not. Because the scriptures say that ye should look like fools for the Lord's sake, man. So we're going to give you the truth, but nothing but the truth, whether you like it, love it, or not, man. Because in that day, we're going to see who going to feed you, man. Following after false idols, and you still following after the program of this damn devil, man. We're going to see who feeds you in that day, man. Because Yahweh not. All right, so let's go to 2 Timothy's. We living in that time, man. We at the beginning of sorrows. We don't got no time to be playing. There's no time to be bullshitting around, lollygagging, man. thinking everything gonna be, you think you're gonna be straight in your mind and you ain't did nothing to serve the Lord. And you still worried about society and what vacations and all this stuff going on. And you worrying about goddamn nothing, man. Lord not gonna protect you, man. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of themselves. And that's what I'm talking about. A lot of you people, y'all lovers of yourself, man. You too worried about looking good, keeping up with the Joneses. A lot of you people, when that damn jab came out, when that damn Vex came, what you do? You was one of the first niggas up lined up to get that. Because you a lover of yourself. You don't love your how about Shem Yahushai. All right? It says, covenanters, boasters. Yeah, man. Boasters, braggers, man. I got this, I'm doing that. You hear it all in the rap music, man. Trying to stunt, man. That's all you niggas like to do is like to pull a stunt, man. And you women, you fall for it, man. That's what keep this mentality rolling, because these niggas do it for you bitches, man. I'm gonna be, hey, look, man, I'm gonna be frank with you, man. A lot of these niggas is to impress you females. And that's why they out here boasting, man. It's 2022. You worried about some damn rims on your car. Right? Proud, man. Blasphemers. And you got niggas that say it quick, man. They'll denounce the Lord and his truth, man. Blasphemers, man. Disobedient to parents. And you women, man, y'all raising these damn monsters out here, man. Straight up. Because you remove the father out the house with the quickness. And then guess what? Your son, he grow up to either want to wear a dress like you, right? Or he becomes sensitive as hell and he think all the answers is by shooting at a nigga, man. Because he emotional. A lot of these niggas ain't gangsters. They're emotional men with guns. Due to the fact that they seen their mama emotional and feminine all their life. And they think that's what's going to make them masculine, man. Right? Unthankful. A lot of these young men and women, they is unthankful, man. This generation, hey, you can hold the door for a brother or sister. They won't say nothing to you like you was supposed to. A lot of these people in this generation, they act like you owe them something, man. Like they God's gift to earth. Unholy, man. They not set apart. They rather go they rather go in the broad way. They rather go to Broadway where narrow is the path. Being a part of the world is the Broadway. That's why you went and got that vax, man. Because you ain't want to miss out on no concerts. You ain't want to miss out on the strip club. You ain't want to miss out on vacations. You ain't want to miss out on going over the border. And now you look simple, man. Because you done put something up in you and you don't know how to spell not one ingredients that's in that damn shop, man. It says, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, man. Right? Incontention fierce, despisers of those that are good. And you niggas despise us, man. You see us out there teaching You will see, and you are speaking all that. But as soon as you hop in your car, you got you got a mouthful to say about the prophets of the Lord, man. You women too, man. Right? Trailers. It says heady, high-minded. You think, man, especially you women, man. A lot of you women, y'all high-minded, man. You got the mentality to where you believe in your mind you don't need a man because Daddy White Man provided every goddamn thing for you. Long as you can pay your rent, long as you can punch in his clock, long as you can, hop in your vehicle and pay your monthly lease fee. Ain't none of that material shit got anything to do with a man, but you high-minded because you think you got something because you ain't never had nothing growing up. So the first thing you do is denounce a man. Another reason why you denounce a man, because you heard your trifling ass mama all your life tell you that men ain't nothing, man. When it was your mama that had niggas running in and out your household, man. It was your mama that was feeding you that goddamn pork, allowing you to watch BET Uncut at night. It was your mama getting you addicted to these damn cell phones, letting you all up on TikTok. It wasn't your father, man. A lot of you women need to go back and ask your father what's the real reason why he left, man. Because you're going to find out that your mama wasn't shit. Now, I ain't going to say that it ain't some men out there that ain't shit either, because guess what? A lot of them are. And not all women, right, were trifling. But for the most part, majority of you were. Right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. Matter of fact, let me finish up here. High-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. A lot of you women, y'all, all you give a damn about is sex. Men too. And you burnt up in your goddamn lust. And that's why that monkeypox is out here, man. Because a lot of homosexuals, they went and had a goddamn orgy in Russia, man. And now you got something called monkeypox, man. And the government's telling you that it's a gay man disease. But you don't even know that because you ain't watching, man. A lot of you probably ain't even heard of monkeypox. And they saying that's going to be the next goddamn epidemic, man. Which I don't know if it's, I speak as a man. I don't know, man. I don't know if that monkeypox going to be as, it could be, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be like that C-19. But the all of everything, you got to stop putting your goddamn trust in oppression. That's why a lot of our people, they hooked into this goddamn system. That's why you weren't ready to have a hot girl summer. And that's why you niggas is ready to turn up. Because you addicted and you lawfully agree with America. You don't even know it. A lot of you talk that anti-American shit, but you still want to be a part of the system. You don't really want to break off. Because if you did, you will find your way to this truth. Point blank, period. This is Psalms chapter 262, verse 10. It says, trust not in oppression and become not, it says, and become not vain in robbery. It says, if riches increase, set not your heart upon them. God has spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto Yahweh, man. So you putting all your trust into that damn bag, man. Now it's not look, ain't nobody telling you not to get some money while it's still here to survive, while we to be able to stack up or do whatever the hell you got to do right now. But don't put your goddamn trust in money, man. What about your salvation? What about your relationship with the Lord? How about you let that sit on your heart? Why don't you let that rest on your soul, man? But you don't got time to. You got time for everything else, but you don't got time for the Lord. And then when all hell break loose and you in a panic and you don't understand and you don't know what's going on, then you want to pray to the Lord. But see, the Lord not going to have time for you, man. So that's why you need to take heed of yourself, man. You need to take heed of yourself. This is Acts chapter 20 and verse 28. It says, take heed, therefore, unto yourselves. You need to take heed unto yourself, man. You need to examine yourself again. Am I doing the right things? Is my heart towards the wrong things? You should be focused on that. You should be focused on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And you men, you should be trying to be overseers for the church. How the hell you know the truth, but you slacking off and it's 2022? How the hell you ain't out there on the highways? How the hell you ain't doing sit downs? Why ain't you serving the Lord in humility, man? And the Lord gonna deal with you niggas too. See, a lot of our brothers, they like to half step in this thing, man. But you don't realize that the Lord is gonna judge, guess what? His house first. This is Peter, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. Right? And if it first began at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? You see that? So the Lord's going to deal with you niggas, man. A lot of you niggas is forcefully going out there teaching false doctrines and coming in the name of the Lord. Playing with the Lord name, saying you can call him anything. Not admitting that prophecies, all right? Not admitting the true doctrines, man. Your mind got to be seeking towards 100% truth. And if we ain't got it, you should be trying to strive to that, man. We ain't out here to please no goddamn man. We want to please Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because the Lord ain't going to do nothing but reveal his secrets to his prophets. So if you ain't revealed, if you haven't been revealed the secrets of the prophecy, that's a good, how do I say it? That's not good if you're not teaching the truth. All right? Because that's a good way to let you know that the Lord not dealing with you. Because the true prophets, they don't give a damn. And they could have been wrong at one point, but guess what? They're going to admit the true prophet's going to admit and change up their doctrine. They're not going to just sit there and keep playing games. The men of the Lord don't do that, man. Right? So where was I? verse 18. It says, and if the righteous is scarcely to be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear, man? So the righteous men that's teaching the true gospel, they're going to be they scarcely saved by the skin of their teeth, dangerously and wickedly. Riskily, dangerously and riskily saved. Lord's willing, we those men. That's why we don't got time to play, man. And if the righteous gonna be scarcely saved, where that leaves the ungodly and the wicked men that laughed and scorned against the men of the Lord, that knew that this was the truth, but still stuck into Christianity. What's gonna happen to those people? What's gonna happen to those people that played with the word of the Lord, man? The Lord gonna put them to death. The Lord is gonna put them to death, man. Right? And I'm gonna show you that through the Spirit. Let's go to Jeremiah. Right? Let's get Jeremiah chapter 3. Right? Verse 15, it says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Right? So, and those are the men of the Lord that's going to teach you the real truth. It says, and it shall come to pass when ye be multiplied and increased in the land in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more the hour of the covenant of God, neither shall it come to mind. So in that day, the men of the Lord that served him rightfully, right? Those pastors, they're going to be saved. But let's see what happened to the false pastors. See, those pastors that were after the mind of the Lord, the Most High is going to protect them because they didn't give a damn what anybody thought. They brought out the true gospel, whether you liked it or not. They told you the truth. But those men that's falsely giving you doctrine, it says, Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You see that? They are ravening wolves, man. Right? As a matter of fact, let me go back to Jeremiah chapter 23. I believe it's 23. Let's see. Yeah. Jeremiah 23:1, it says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my posture, man. So you got men that's in the truth, that's destroying the sheep. Because guess what? Those men in the Christian church, that's not the sheep of the Lord, man. Those men were already meant to be destroyed. But you got men inside of Israel who are destroying and scattering the sheep of his pasture, saith the Lord. This is a current event too. Right now, you got men there's many things we can go into, different doctrines, man, that you know that men shouldn't be goddamn teaching no more, man. The truth is revealing itself. It says, and the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and have driven them away. You have driven them away. GOCC, you teach that Edomites can be a part of the congregation. And that's going off, man. IUSUPK took him talk. They were over there saying that Comfy was the damn Holy Spirit. All right. You got groups that's totally going off. IUIC, they over there speaking what? That you don't got to call on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that you can say Jesus Christ. And we just brought it out that you got to call on the name of the Lord to be saved. How you going to dwell safely in the bosom of the Lord and you calling on Jesus Christ? When clearly that was a false term put on Caesar Borgia to drive the flock away. See, nobody want to go into these things, but I will, man. It says, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away and have not visited them, because I will, it says, behold, I will visit you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord. The Lord is going to visit you for your evil doings, man. If you don't repent and get your act together, man. It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. So the Lord's going to save his elect regardless. And guess what? A lot of men are going to start coming out those damn camps. That's teaching them false doctrines. A lot of men are going to start coming out of those camps that's teaching false doctrine, man. All right? So with that, I hope it was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Until next time, a mighty shalom.